So we have an issue. This is like 2 weeks old at this point. Yeah, 12 days old. 2 weeks old. This is one of the bigger, more prominent. It's a city of farmers, country enough. Oh, you're right. I've limited access to Twitch. You're all good. This is Pack official TCG. Pack is a pretty respected Yu-Gi-Oh player. I think I want to say he's pretty respected. Has a decent enough YouTube community and a really big tournament presence. Right. As soon as he came into the game, I think like 5 years ago, he immediately started topping events like YCSs and regionals and stuff. So this guy has a lot of card game experience under his belt very quickly, at least in Yu-Gi-Oh, but probably came from other card games. If I'm not mistaken, I believe he came from Pokemon or something. So, Mr. Pack creates spreadsheets. There's others who do it as well, like Yassine. They create spreadsheets, and these spreadsheets give you the basic combos of the deck, the more intensive combos of the deck, external engines in the deck most of the time, and how to play through X number of interruptions depending on the interruptions that they are. It's an Excel spreadsheet. I'm sure that you guys know how those work. If you don't know how an Excel spreadsheet works, probably go watch a YouTube video on how Excel spreadsheets work, and then we'll come back and talk about it. Hi, Chewy. Thanks for the dropping in and saying hi and all the emojis. Appreciate it. So this one was not free. It's under metafy.gg. And if you go here, you actually have to pay for it. Now, I don't know how much it was because I believe he made it free now. But if you look here, people said, who's going to pay for this shit, honestly? Charging money for spreadsheets about a children's card game. Yeah. So there was an entire controversy about him paying or charging people for spreadsheets. As you see, here's his name. Really high up at an event. There it is. Number 3 at the Toronto Regional. Number 3, he got 3rd place. That's pretty good. He went undefeated. They had the same record. So he just had worse tiebreakers, right? So his most recent one is new. And the one before that was new. And after he caught this backlash and people said, this is free, these should always be free, I disagree. I think if you're doing hard work for the community, you should be rewarded for your hard work. I'm not saying that brokies should be able to afford it. I'm saying that if you don't have the time to invest, but someone else does and they want to charge you for the time they could invest, that's okay. That's what coaching is. That's what teaching is. And even more so, a spreadsheet is a one-time purchase, and generally it comes with everything you need and you can learn at your own pace. If spreadsheets are reasonably priced, they're totally okay. There's no issue with someone charging for their hard work for others to be able to use. Right? And I say that as someone who, for a long time, played fighting games, or I guess unfortunately one fighting game at a high enough level that I could teach it. I could have taught it. I could have coached at it. I never did it. I had a full-time job. I had a full-time job and a part-time job while playing, and I didn't have the time. Right? So if there was ever anything I needed to catch up on in the meta, and I wanted to compete, would I have bought a spreadsheet with all of the punishment for a character? Would I have bought a spreadsheet with all of the combo structure for a character? No, of course not, because fighting games are a little more different than that. But it wouldn't have been at a place to think about it, because that's what comes along with getting better at a game. If you don't have the time to invest, sometimes you have to invest the money to shortcut your way to the end result. If you're trying to get over the growing pains of learning a deck, a spreadsheet will help you do that significantly faster than just staring at the cards and learning what the deck does. That resource that you're asking to be free, generally you're going to find it, a small portion of it, a snippet of it on YouTube. A lot of people will put out a 15-minute, 20-minute video of the basic combos of a Yu-Gi-Oh deck with the new cards coming out. They're like, oh, here's like a few new combos that are going to happen because of Backup Wizard at Ignister. Because with the new Malice cards, Malice Marcher or whatever it is. I don't know what it's called. Is it White Rabbit? These are the new cards. These are the new things that are going to happen because of it, because of these cards. Here's the new lines that exist, and here's how to play through one of the most impactful hand traps in the format, two of the most impactful hand traps in the format. And that's generally all you get. That is a snippet of the spreadsheet. And after that YouTube video, you play the deck and you figure out the rest yourself. But that is a time resource that some people preparing for a big event coming up the same weekend of a YCS, the same weekend of a big regional, the same weekend of an OTS Store Championship. Sometimes you just don't have that time. But someone else who did have that time is asking for a contribution because he's doing the work for you. They're doing the work for you. Could be a girl too. Who knows? I have no idea. I don't think that's unfair. I think the outrage of things being free because, I don't know, I feel entitled to it, don't make it expensive or don't make it paid, is fucking stupid. If he changes his and now they're all free, good for him. I hope it garners him some goodwill. Maybe that money will come back to him through extra YouTube views. I hope these people that were complaining about it being free now go watch his YouTube and just kind of support him in other ways so that he makes that money, because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. His time investment to make a little bit of money. He's not asking for a lot. I'm sure these spreadsheets aren't more than like $40. And $40 for a spreadsheet on a $300 fucking deck, on a $350 deck, is probably nothing, like in the grand scheme of things, right? Now your deck's $400. Okay. You just upped the deck by 10%. Okay. Sure. Right? Really not that expensive when you look at it that way, right? Coaching is not a one-time purchase, right? Some people would pay for coaching but wouldn't pay for a spreadsheet. And I find that funnier because a coaching is their time and presence immediately, which means that they're going to charge you even more for it. If you think that a spreadsheet for $40, a spreadsheet for $35, $25 is expensive and it's a one-time purchase, you will never want to do coaching, even though you're probably asked at the game and might need it, because coaching is $20 an hour, $25 an hour. Because this person has to be there with you, walking you through plays, talking through hands, explaining concepts, and building muscle memory with you for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. While instead, that muscle memory and that walkthrough could happen in a spreadsheet for half, if not a quarter of the price. Now, like I said, I am not a hater of people making money off of what they work hard on. I don't think particularly this is, where's the line? No Fiendsmith. I mean, maybe you make a Fiendsmith Ryzeal Mitsuru spreadsheet and make it free and give it away to people. Right? Look at this. This is what I mean. Is you're asking for it to be free? Midzurugi Fiendsmith. You're asking for Midzurugi Fiendsmith. Why don't you make that spreadsheet and show how good or bad it is? You're asking for the work to be done, but you're not paying the person who's doing the work for you. It's like asking someone to build you a fucking house and then refusing to pay them for building the house. Bitch, I'm knocking that shit down. I know where all the support beams are. This was old news, old drama, old discourse, of course, and I'm barely looking at it now. But as someone who has a fucking job and works for a living and maybe doesn't have as much time as some younger people who maybe don't have enough money, this is where the difference comes in. But when you look here, some of these people are probably adults saying, who's going to pay for this? Charging money for spreadsheets in a children's card game. The link to buy is in the description. Crying about what other people do with their money. I got blocked for this. He should have got blocked for that. I'm glad he got blocked for this. Good for him. He should have got blocked. Dumbass fucking post. Why are we trying to step on other people's bread? That's insane. Anyways, do you have some sort of feelings or comments or thoughts on paid resources for competitive games? Do you think paying for spreadsheets, for coaching, for recording sessions with a tennis coach, a tennis pro, would be unheard of? With a Pokemon pro? I think, actually, as a matter of fact, Metafy has tons of Pokemon guides that are paid. Has tons of Magic the Gathering guides that are paid. It's actually not that uncommon for other card games. So I believe maybe it's just because our pricing is so bad, people don't want to pay for this, but It's just part of being good at the game. And if you're doing it for the money, you're doing it for the wrong reasons, because we all know there's not enough money in Yu-Gi-Oh. Anyways, leave a comment down below how you feel about paid or unpaid spreadsheets. Do you think that it is a misuse of trust in your community? Do you think that it's okay and people should be paid for their work? Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully I make it to 1,000 subscribers eventually, so I can make that mucho dinero on YouTube. And this has been Beanie Thuggish, yapping about paid spreadsheets, paid guides for card games, and the problems with them in the community. Signing out and saying peace.